My name is Rick Payne-BeLow, and I'm here to speak my truth. I went to see my doctor, Marshall Kubota, a world-famous, noted doctor who wrote a paper and published in a peer-reviewed journal back in 1980-81 about a mysterious new illness that was sweeping through the gay subculture. Well, it's now 35 years later, and this man was my doctor. He walks into that appointment and he hands me my blood work and says, "Now I get to tell you, Rick, that this is the best set of lab work that I'm handing you yet." And he said, "I realize that you are turning 64. And I've never said this before to anyone, but given how sustainably you've been able to maintain your health and overcome any and all challenges, I have to tell you straight up that barring an accident, your life expectancy is about 40 to 45 more years." I said, "I've spent the last 34 years having medical doctors tell me that I would be lucky to survive for another 10, 12 years. And now you're telling me that in my early to mid 60s, I may have the potential longevity that would carry me for another 40, 45 years. I never conceived of the potential to live to be 100, 105, 110. For me to be given that level of validation, and for me to be able to breathe into and envision that I may be here for a while, now I get to turn my attention to writing and publishing and speaking and consulting. I may indeed get an opportunity to fund and flesh out and establish my foundation so that I can share my life experiences and engage others and teach and learn and bring the conversation up to a new level of dynamic vitality. What I mean to say to you is that not only am I in my 64th year, but I've had HIV disease since 1980. 50 million are dead, 50 million are infected, and I have never been ill. I've never had a side effect from taking any pharmaceutical meds that I needed to take. I have never had an opportunistic condition or opportunistic infection. And I claim to be the healthiest individual who has ever lived with HIV. And I'm now in my 34th year of coexisting and thriving with HIV AIDS. Given the validation and the credibility afforded to me by Dr. Kubota's follow-up letter, which you can see on my BIOS Project homepage, I'm happy to announce that my new book is going to be published on December 1st, in just a couple of weeks. It's entitled Sex, Herbs, Health, and Soul: Underground San Francisco and Molecular Medical Research Activism in the 1980s. This story is real, it's raw, and it's flawed. It's unedited. It's a direct download of information and insider stories from me to you. And I think you're going to find it to be provocative, disturbing, and inspiring. Thank you.